Disclaimer. Copyright goes to BBC Studios. We at the Foundation do not have any rights to any of these trailers, clips, or videos. It is for educational purposes only. Fair use disclaimer. All trailer footage used within this movie review is used for purpose of commentary, criticism, and if you believe he came from Iraq, that is we're definitely criticizing that as fair use outlined in Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. No copyright infringement is intended. Like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Welcome back to the Foundation. You got David and David. And in this session, we're going to be discussing Prehistoric Planet. If you want to help support us, you can do so by David-4-348, like and subscribe. So here's our brand new logo for this series, the Prehistoric Planet. When you got,
look at that little horsey.
I know it. This is what got it all started for me with, and probably thousands of other men now and women into dinosaurs, paleontology. You got the original Walking with Dinosaurs and Walking with Beasts. And so here is how the world was formed, according to the atheist and the evolutionist.
This is Earth, 4.4 billion years ago. A toxic, sterile
So that's
ball
Earth,
of scorching rock.
But what's this?
Meteorites rain down on its surface. Clouds of lethal acid smother it. The Earth seemed destined to remain devoid of life. But that was about to change.
Knocks a piece of Earth off and makes a moon.
Yep. Another planet, Theia, smashed into Earth, and the two planets fused, creating a brand new world. Our world.
Theia.
Even today, Theia lies right beneath our feet.
Yep.
A smaller chunk of Theia became our moon.
Yep.
And slowly, our oceans formed, until life on Earth was ready to begin. But who would inherit this blue planet?
So,
Big Rick.
Yeah, big Rick. Yep. And Theia is under our feet, and is also supposedly our moon, right?
I don't know where the proof is.
Absolutely. But according to these folks, this fella right here, whatever he is your grandpa.
As they evolved, these bizarre creatures created the blueprint not only for our bodies, but for everything living today. This is life's forgotten story. An epic war for our world. Monsters.
So, yes, that right there is your ancestor. If you believe in evolution,
well, if you can get the DNA out of a dinosaur bone and compare it with ours, you could come up with a certain conclusion if we're related or not.
Yeah. So this goes completely against what the Bible says. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So if all of this is true, that can't be true. Christians that say that evolution is true, how do you get it to fit? Anyway, so here is the introduction to the dinosaur age, rather.
We're headed back to the Triassic period and checking out the sites along the way.
Is that the furthest one back?
Yeah.
100 million years ago,
and the Cretaceous period, where we see beauty.
Cretaceous period.
Oh, that's right. There's certain ages in each
Tyrannosaurus Rex is king.
thing.
Yeah.
But chaos rules. Racing back another 50 million years brings us to the Jurassic period. But there's no time for the Jurassic today. Our final destination is 220 million years ago, in the late Triassic period, and the struggle between the old and the new.
So,
I'd have to have proof.
David, you can draw lines on paper.
I want DNA test.
There you go.
The world as we know it is unrecognizable. There's one
Pangea.
massive continent called Pangea. It'll take 165 million years before this giant cookie crumbles into the 7 continents that we know today.
So Pangea, I would take it not literally, but I would use it as they're saying all of our continents that we know today all squished together. We might need to dedicate a whole.
Well, and some will tell you that instead of taking 165 million years from develop like that, that the global flood pulled them apart.
Yeah. The Walking With series, he had specials and spin-offs, and this is part of the original series, but there was a skeleton they found maybe back in the 90s. Big Al, the Allosaurus.
Al for short.
Yeah, yep.
Allosaurus. He's 20 feet long, a killer carnivore, and has expandable jaws for taking megabytes of meat.
They had a big throat for that.
Yeah. Now, Big Al was a juvenile, so he was half of their size. But Al was a perfectly preserved skeleton. Pretty cool.
I'm talking about they found the whole skeleton.
Yeah,
A lot of times when you go digging for dinosaurs, sometimes you don't get the whole skeleton.
Right.
Or you may get some of it, most of it, but there's going to be there might be pieces missing.
Yeah. Jealousy. So you see, he's got his snack, but he wants his. So let's see if he can find something to eat.
Another Allosaurus has yet to eat. He wants some Diplodocus, and he wants it now. Stegosaurus, and he's not blushing with embarrassment. He's forcing blood into his plates to send a message. Back off. Fortunately for the Stegosaurus, the Allosaurus bark is worse than his bite. The big carnivores will have to wait 80 million years, evolve into Tyrannosaurus Rex, and double in size before they can take on a dinosaur as big as Stegosaurus.
I see why she showed Allosaurus, pre-runner of T-Rex.
The king of the predators. And these two kings have big-time sharing issues.
Now, okay, notice how they said evolve. He evolved into T-Rex. That can't be. You see, whenever they reproduce, you know what their hatchlings are? Allosaurus. There are no exceptions. If there are variations of the Allosaurus and T-Rex and all these other ones.
So they can't evolve within themselves.
But it's still an Allosaurus.
Yeah, evolution has to come from something that's almost nothing, and watch it grow. This one stays the same, but as time goes by, maybe its genetics change. So that's what's evolving. It's genetics.
But the Allosaurus and the T-Rex are two completely different animals.
He said it'd take 80 million years for them to become T-Rexes. It might be a bigger Allosaurus. The T-Rex got bigger. That's an evolution.
Yep, but it's still a T-Rex though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we're going to take a look at a aquatic dinosaur, which is not a dinosaur at all. It's plesiosaur. So,
Leviathan.
well,
I'm just jamming in, folks.
well, let's see what the Leviathan's all about, or the Liopleurodon.
If you want to even try and comprehend Liopleurodon,
that's a big
first,
fish.
Forget everything you thought you knew about big. This Jurassic giant weighs in at 165 tons. That's more than 50 great white sharks combined. If he were around today,
big fella,
that great white shark in Jaws would have been laughed off the set. Because
how did that evolve?
Liopleurodon eats sharks like we eat shrimp. Those jaws are like a car crusher. That is, if car crushers had foot-long teeth. And they're attached to an 80-foot body, powered by 12-foot flippers that could trash a sailboat with one flip. Take a peek on top of his head. Yep. 2 giant and super sensitive nostrils. They're set far apart for a reason. Whichever nostril picks up a smell first tells him the shortest route to his next meal.
So you see, they evolved for billions of years, and they kept on dying because they couldn't smell right. And they finally said, well, okay.
Well, you know why this was put in the water? He couldn't get around on land. It's too big.
Well, yeah, well.
It'd have to be like, they'd have to shape him like a brontosaurus for him to live on land.
Yeah. Well, you see, the Liopleurodon and the shark have no similarities. When the Liopleurodon mates and has babies, you know what they are? Baby Liopleurodon. No exceptions. So we saw a sea dweller. Now let's check out
the flyer. Flying leathernecks.
Now, now the Bible speaks about a fiery flying serpent.
Got a beak on him like crazy.
Meet
his crest.
Ornithochirus, the most terrifying pterosaur in the air. At 10 feet tall with a 40-foot wingspan, he's wider than a small airplane.
Okay, now David, you know your frog,
Fred.
Fred, yeah, okay. So Fred the frog. Well, David, we're about to see Fred's common ancestor.
Okay, I'd say the Leelanosauricland's got nothing to worry about. It's Koolasuchus. At 16 feet long and around 1,000 pounds, this mutant tadpole is no threat to the land speed record. But in the water, he's got a lethal lunge and a mouth that can finish the job.
That's a big tadpole. Tadpoles eventually turn into frogs. So that guy, that's a big frog.
Hey, you got some frogs big enough now they'll eat a mouse.
We're headed towards the end of the dinosaur age. That's not technically true, but the dinosaur age. You see, before the flood, there was a canopy of ice or water overhead. It's gone now due to the flood, but reptiles never stop growing. So if you put a lizard in before the flood, you got Adam living over 900 years, 930 years. You put this guy, the T-Rex, in there and let him live to be 900, you have a big lizard. But you see, after the flood, in the days of Noah, all of your lifespans, they start diminishing.
A volcano smolders in the distance. Deep underground powerful forces are changing the landscape. After 160 million years, the old world is dying, and a new one is being born. But for now, it's still the domain of the dinosaurs. 2 million years ago, a new species appeared on the horizon. Now it's the biggest and most terrifying carnivore ever to stalk the American West.
And David, do you know who that guy is?
You're getting into the T-Rex period?
Yep.
I believe it's just a guess at when creation started.
A guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, this Catholic priest went in there and started tracing genealogies, and he goes back to Adam. Well, that's like 6,000 BC.
Well, yeah. Well, if you add up all the dates, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got a, he's. I don't think he was well equipped enough to get that far back.
Whatever. What else do we know about T Rex? What do you know about T Rex, David?
He's a man eater.
Man eater. Yep.
Here, size is no accident. 3 million years ago, a monster arrived in South Dakota. Now it's the scourge of the American West.
You heard where he found it, right?
Yeah.
Where else has it been found?
Oh, a whole bunch.
Nope.
No.
Although it's 40 feet long, it's not the size.
You won't find any fossils in South America or Africa or India or Europe. I just looked it up.
Now,
your largest group of fossils found is in Midwest in Montana and Dakotas. Group of T-Rex fossils. There's been a few found in China, but no, why can't you find them anywhere else?
Because that's where they live.
They must have been landlocked. If they're landlocked, how can you have a Pangea?
We moved on from Pangea. They say that the T-Rex's favorite food was the Triceratops.
It'll eat meat. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Menacing than the frill and horns of an angry Triceratops.
Now that guy was a juvenile.
He had to watch his mama hunt them things down.
Yeah.
Learn her technique.
Yep. And scientists believe that the younger ones would be scouts for the rest of the pack.
Like all animals that have babies, they're family oriented. Maybe ain't got no grandparents looking after them.
Yeah. All right. So this is one of T-Rex's favorite food. It looks like a Triceratops, but it is not.
This Torosaurus has something the world-famous Triceratops can only dream of.
Torosaurus.
Biggest head on Earth. I mean, just look at the thing. It's like the cranium that ate the Cretaceous.
Like a crown, really.
9 feet from top to bottom. When a Torosaur gets in a showdown, it pumps blood into its skull's crest to intimidate the challenger.
Eyes.
The firing forehead works. Just because of his radical.
I wonder how they know that.
Get an eye full of those horns.
They found skin. That's how they know that.
They found what?
Skin. Skin on the frills.
Yeah, but they don't know if the blood pumps the.
Oh well, yeah. Now that's all guesswork.
So give it up for Torosaurus.
So those two eye spots right there, scientists again, they believe that they found those two eye spots.
Actually, that's what they hypnotized the opponent with.
Yeah, that too.
That's what I see.
They found actual skin. So
makes it look like it's got 4 eyes, and his head's actually what they say it is, big.
The biggest head on Earth, actually. Mm. Now, David, they'll say in this series that the Torosaurus evolved into the Triceratops, but David, it's still in the Triceratops kind.
Yeah, but it evolves within itself.
Yeah,
it gets a third bigger horn here. It's kind of like you got 2 kinds of rhinos. One's got 2 horns, one's got 1. If you crossbreed them, you don't know if you're going to get a single horn or a double horn. It's all in the genetics.
So here you see the T-Rex brought down a Triceratops.
Everyone knows
Torosaurus.
T-Rex is a giant. She measures 45 feet long almost half a basketball court.
Man.
And those jaws can bite off 200 pounds of meat in one bite. Bon appetit. Did you know that the female T-Rexes were actually more dangerous than the males? Puny Didelphodon is one of her bitterest enemies. This little mammal feeds on T-Rex eggs. T-Rex evolved specifically to eat other dinosaurs.
There it goes again, evolved.
This Titan is about to find out. Who needs big arms when you've got jaws like those? And this time, she found it.
Ouch!
Direct hit. That's how you make the tyrant lizard queen mad. All 45 feet, unless you want to see the inside of her stomach. With a mighty mouth that can eat a 10th grader in one bite, banana-sized teeth, and a taste for pain. No
Teeth
dinosaur
the size of bananas.
on T-Rex.
I think, and many others think, that the Leviathan is the T-Rex. And other people say that no, the Leviathan was a whale. But show me a whale that can breathe fire. Their head was big and their brain was so small, so there's something else that they could store in their brain chemically to spew out fire. Now, they will tell you that 65 million years ago, and this really does tie in perfectly with the flood story. When the fountains of the Great Deep broke open, everything would have been chaos, and that would have been the extinction of the dinosaurs. After the flood, all the animals faced a completely different world, and so on and so forth. And that's what generally killed off the dinosaurs.
Tyrannosaurus Rex has terrorized the land for the last time. Streaks across the sky and slams into Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula at an angle of about 30 degrees. The impact gouges out a crater 120 miles wide and sends an incandescent plume of vaporized rock arcing towards the northwest at speeds close to 10 miles per second. In minutes, everything for hundreds of miles is incinerated.
Now, David, could this be a result of the flood when the fountains of the Great Deep broke open? That's when the asteroid came and hit and made all the...
No.
Helped the flood come about?
No.
Okay, now, you know what's coming. Why?
Is it talking about this meteor?
Yeah, the meteor.
You know where it hit, don't you?
Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah, and you can see in space, you can see the circle of the under the water, the circle where the meteor hit.
Yeah.
So for that to be there, then all the land masses had to be in place at that time, the way they are now.
The Earth is broke up like an eggshell, right? Hot water springs in the ocean, a result of the fountains of the Great Deep being broke open. What about all the fault lines? Because before, the Earth has never had fault lines before the flood.
And make it like the African Rift, pull the land apart, to get so far apart that the ocean water will start filling in.
We finished up the dinosaurs, but what happened afterwards?
When a 6-mile wide asteroid slams into Earth,
The one off Yucatan.
Goodbye to the dinosaurs. And meet the incredible creatures who step up to take their place.
So,
another big chicken.
David, they say that this guy is your great grandpa. That's what they say.
I still need the DNA.
And this fellow right here, the Ambulocetus, well, you might not believe me if I say it, but let's let the evolutionists speak for themselves.
Meet Ambulocetus. 10 feet, this hulking slab of carnivore would fill up an entire canoe if he didn't eat it first. He's also a warm-blooded mammal. And believe it or not, he's the ancestor of every last whale in the ocean today. But right now, he's lakeside, lying low and sizing up leptictinium. See now? Friendly logs don't have teeth.
Here's the thing. When Ambulocetus had babies, you know what came out?
Mm-hmm.
It was an Ambulocetus. But, David, we're about to see the Ambulocetus evolved into.
Giant sea reptiles and land-dwelling dinosaurs are long gone, wiped out by a massive asteroid 30 million years before.
That's a big whale.
A newer, nastier monster had to come along and take their place. Believe it or not, this monster is a mammal.
Now people say this is a Leviathan too.
Whale, actually. She's 50 feet long, same as 5 elephants lined up tail to trunk. It takes 200 pounds of fish every day to keep her full. And her favorite flavor is shark.
Now we will see something in this series where all these animals, especially the mammals, are so much bigger than what we have today. Why is that? Because again, before the flood, everybody lived and everything lived over 900 years. And that means that when they grow up, they're bigger. Now, David, I want to introduce you to the great-great-grandpa of the sheep and the goats. Are you ready? You've heard the phrase, the sheep in wolves' clothing?
Mm-hmm.
That's where this comes from.
Because food's so scarce in the late Eocene, they just end up in this hungry guy's gut. Andrewsarchus. This carnivore is 6 feet high.
Looks just like a
As
goat
tall as a horse.
or a sheep.
He's the biggest meat-eating land mammal in history. He might look like a cross between a leopard and a wolf, but his closest modern cousins are actually sheep and goats. Can't say I've ever seen a lamb with teeth like those. Now, all he needs is a chance to use them. He'll eat just about anything that comes along.
Now,
kind of ironic.
It was never, a sheep did not come from that thing. Impossible. Because when Andrewsarchus had babies, you know what came out? An Andrewsarchus.
No, I got one for you.
Oh, here we go.
You got a Cocker Spaniel and a Poodle.
Yeah.
They're both dogs.
It's still a dog, though.
But you crossbreed them.
Yeah.
It may be a dog, but is it a Cocker Spaniel or is it a Poodle?
It doesn't matter. It's still a dog.
You've crossbred genetics.
Yeah.
You got a cockapoo.
Yeah.
You're right. It's still a dog, but its genetics changed.
Yeah.
Its offspring has different genetics than, because half of it's from one and the other half's from another.
Yep. There are over 300 varieties or kinds of dogs, right? And they probably had a common ancestor. You know what their common ancestor was?
A dog.
Then,
well, if you go to the Ark, it'll show you the ancestor of the dog, and it don't look like a dog.
Yeah, but it's still a dog, though. Kind of like this guy. You know what this guy is?
It's a horse.
No.
The closest modern relative of this beast is the
rhinoceros. The rhino.
But rhinos are runts compared to this mighty ancestor. She's a full 23 feet of prehistoric mammal. And at 12 tons, she weighs 6 times as much as one puny rhino.
That's a big rhino.
You know, I'm assuming if man lived back then, he wouldn't be the same size he is now. He'd be about 20 feet tall.
Oh yeah, that's true.
His size would be comparable to animals that he could hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's still a rhinoceros though.
But still don't want to get in one of them's way.
No.
This one will step on you. The other one will horn you to death.
Yep. Now, if this guy were to step on you, David, you would be deeply impressed by him.
Deeply.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's.
Buried up to my neck.
Yeah.
And tonight,
So this is Hyenodon,
seriously ravenous appetite.
a prehistoric hyena,
And nothing says step off louder
and
than
they are twice the size of our modern day hyenas.
But no matter how much mom growls and stomps, the two hyenodons refuse to back down.
That is a big rhinoceros right there. Okay, now here is
David.
yeah.
Oh, you're looking good.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, this is our great grandpa. This is the Australopithecus.
Australopithecus. Full-grown adults are only about 5 feet tall. Brain-wise, they're about as smart as modern-day chimpanzees. But our prehistoric ancestors can do something that no chimps can do. Stand up straight and walk on 2 feet.
What gets me is you've shown all these dinosaurs, how they evolved and changed.
Yeah.
And they're gone. They've disappeared.
Uh-huh.
You'd think modern day monkeys would be gone too.
You would think so. Absolutely.
What's the need for them? If we evolved from them, they shouldn't exist.
That's absolutely.
Of a saber-toothed cat cub.
Or a saber-toothed tiger. There's no such thing.
Little
Oh,
guy. Oh, great. Now the bird's got backup? Well, he's gonna need it, because the cub's got dad.
there's no such thing as a saber-toothed tiger, rather a smilodon, and it would have been a part of the cat family. Introduce us.
Say hello to Cro-Magnon. About 40,000 years ago, they strolled out of Africa, and next thing you know, they were all over Europe. Since they don't have nature's insulation, they stay warm by wearing clothes and building shelters. They also make fires to heat those homes.
So that is a Cro-Magnon, but what about the Neanderthal?
Most of them found in Europe, aren't they?
Yep.
To the just plain very cold of Central Europe. And the weather report isn't the only thing that's different. The landscape here is full of hills and caves, and another kind of early human. Unlike the migrating Cro-Magnon, these guys live here year-round. This is Neanderthal. Like the Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal came to Europe from Africa.
They came to Europe from
And
Africa.
now they've been here for 500,000 years. Their bodies are totally adapted to the cold, with heavy bones, big muscles, barrel chests, and some of those wide, air-warming nostrils. And if you're looking for a carnivore, this is your guy. Neanderthal eat nothing but meat.
Cooked or raw.
Yeah. Well, probably both. Yeah, I would love that. And you got
Both kinds of early
they
humans
also
had
use
fire.
arrowheads
It
and
was one of their big
tools.
advantages over big animals.
They use fire as their main weapon. But
You see where they got them caught, don't you?
yeah, on the cliff, and that's
over she goes.
Yeah, and that's where scientists believe that the Neanderthals had their caves or their homes next to the cliff.
Well, that has to be something they had to learn by accident.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, that's a good idea.
yeah. But you know what? These people were probably really, really, really smart. You know, according to evolution, things get better automatically.
No, it takes millions of years.
Yeah.
Your pretty face like this. Especially when that face has tusks. It may look cruel to us, but to try and survive the Ice Age, the Neanderthal have to kill to eat, just like any predator.
Right. When it hits the bottom, it's getting tenderized for that fall from
I know it. I know it. Again, these people were really, really smart. They dwelt in caves.
Yeah, they didn't camp out in the open.
No.
Like you said, these are cold weather creatures.
Yeah.
Got the big nostrils and barreled chest for bigger lungs. And...
Yep. Remember Cro-Magnon?
But for Cro-Magnon, it was a very happy ending. Unlike the Neanderthal, the Cro-Magnon do adapt to their world. From there, they'll go on to become the creators of all human culture and civilization. That's right, the Cro-Magnon are really just us. Intelligent, creative people who lived during this ancient, savage time and used their amazing human skills to learn how to survive, opening up a limitless future.
Now, in closing, by the way, Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal might have had a common ancestor. And you know what that common ancestor was?
Chimpanzee.